What I would like to have today is actually a factory floor, more machines, and hopefully the very first power plant also of the series. That would be nice. This guy is here hanging out. So let's just get it done. We're creating a lot of biofuel, which is very nice. Um, let's check. So one of the first things I want to do is actually make um, a constructor so that we can create iron plates automatically because we will need a good amount of them. Uh, but what I might want to check first is the biomass. We still have a decent amount of headroom, I can see, so that's good. We have a capacity of 60 and a max consumption of 35, so that should be fine for now. Let's see if we can make the constructor. We can. Perfect. Um, it's gonna be a bit of a mess for now. It will get better. But we just really want these iron plates to be starting to be made right now. So let's do that as quick as possible. We would like a power pole and a few more things to make to connect it. Yes. There we go. We have the wire. Now, oh, the aurora is out. That's very nice. I haven't noticed that before, I think. Wow. That's very nice. So we see, okay, we have one connection left on this guy. So let's just make that here. Perfect. There we go. Now the constructor should be working. I think we would like a storage container also. So that we can pump it into there. Let's see. So, okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's gonna be a momentary mess for now, sadly. That's just how it's gonna work. We're creating 20 per minute. Okay, that should be decent. So, also what we want is another smelter, another constructor, and another miner. Because we want to make use of another iron node to make iron rods. So let's start preparing for that. And it should be fairly simple. We will need these, which requires screws. Okay, let's make some more plates. Again, like I said last time, it will be quite a bit of manual crafting for now, but it will get better over time. Oh god. Well, we have enough for the 2 plates, but now we don't have enough for rods. So actually, let's just take a few from here. That's fine. Let's make rods now. Good. So we have everything that we will need. Kind of, I guess. We will also need a storage container. But for now, this is gonna be fine. So we have you, then we have the smelter. Again, I'm holding control to align it with the output, which is a super nice thing to be able to do. There we go. Then we want to smelt into iron ingots. Then we can create a constructor. For here, it's fine. Then another, we will need plates. We should have some plates over here by this point. So let's see. Yeah, quite a decent amount actually. That's very nice. Let's make the conveyor. So what we want to make here is iron rods, which is good. Now we will need more rods. We will also need power, so let's handle that immediately. Let's just build a few power poles. We need another rod. So let's go make another one. Okay, it should be fine. So we have this power pole, then we will have this power pole. Connect you to here, and then now I will need cable. Okay. Oh, hello, Garden Elf. Nice to see you again. Help! I'm hoping that's meant to say hello and not help. But very nice to see you coming back once again. Okay, now we have these machines hooked up. Perfect. So we will start creating iron rods automatically. Amazing. All of it working. I might want to check the storage, or not storage, the power very soon. See if we're surprised. Okay, that's how you say it in your family. Yes, I guess. Okay. Well, very very nice to see you back at work. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Hope everything's good at work. Um, I guess maybe a little boring. That's how work is supposed to be, anyway. But yeah. Well, it's just very nice to see people coming in again through the stream. Draining today, yeah, I get it. Definitely. Okay, so yeah, we have enough power actually. That's super nice. Um, let's so well, we have the cable now, or wire rather. Okay, this is actually taking a bit longer than expected with the plates, so I might just want to make some manually as well. Oh, we have a broken fuse, a blown fuse rather. That's probably the sound of no more biofuel. Yes, it is indeed. Because of course we're not feeding it in manually. We have to feed it in manually. So let's do that. It's such a scary sound. But thankfully most of the time it's simply just running out of fuel, at least in the beginning. Yes, it's totally fine. I'm not expecting someone who's working to be able to reply all the time. It's all good, all good. Do what you need. At the end of the day, work is more important than my stream. So I get it, yeah, we will also need more iron rods, which is fine. And please tell me if any of the sound balancing is off as well, and if I'm too loud, too quiet, anything like that. Always nice to have someone tell me that. I mean, it's always a good sign to not have you say that immediately, so balance must be at least okay. So yes, perfect. I'm happy to hear. That is amazing to hear. Okay, so now what will we be missing? We will still be missing a few iron rods and plates. And, well, we have a good amount of plates now. So, my idea with just getting this up and running is that while we're waiting on things and getting things done, everything is being done here automatically. And as you can see, this was enough for this logistics milestone. So what's really nice about the logistics milestone is the splitter and merger, and also the lift can be useful, but especially the splitter and merger will be for now.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Oh yes, thank you, Ada, for keeping me very, very calm and collected. Um, so now it's base building time. That's the next milestone. And this allows foundations and everything like that, which will be just amazing. Um, but of course, since the part that you saw fly away, that I highlighted outside, is not here, I can actually not work towards that milestone yet. Um, so we will have to wait a few minutes. You can see that in the top right corner. Pod will return in almost 2.5 minutes from now. We have a good amount of concrete already. That's very nice. Um, so yeah, let's, I guess, kind of just wait. We don't have much else to do at the moment. So yeah, which is fine. Sometimes there's a bit of downtime. You know, what's nice is that the machines keep working at least. The rods are being made, the plates are being made. Uh, so let's make some plates while the machines are also working. Actually, the rods will be more necessary, I think. So yeah, we will. This will be towards the end of most of our manual crafting, I would say, at this point. Um, we would also like to look at the biofuel. It's still coming in, which is just amazing. I wonder how much biomass we have. We still have a decent amount. So what we can do in this little bit of downtime is we can look at these biomass burners. So our first thing with our new base on foundations will be that we will create a power plant of biomass burners. And for that, we would like to do a bit of math. As we can see here, it's consuming 4 solid biofuel per minute. Um, and that means that, well, how much are we creating per minute? We should be able to support 60 biomass, solid biofuel per minute. Sadly, because we only have the Mark 1 conveyors, we're only gonna be able to do half of that. Because as we can see, we have to take in 120 biomass per minute. So this number here is not perfectly representative of what we're gonna be expecting immediately. So it will be more like 30. So we see 4 and we see 30. We're gonna be able to create 30 solid biofuel per minute, and we'll be able to consume up to 4 per minute. And what's extremely nice about Satisfactory is that we can actually press N, I believe. You can see that bottom button in the bottom right, down here, here, which is the quick search, but it also functions as a calculator, which is just incredible. So let's say right now we are able to produce 30 solid biofuel per minute, and we're consuming 4 per minute on the biomass burners. So let's divide 30 by 4. So that's the amount of biomass burners that we would be able to support at full production. Of course, considering that we're only going to be able to feed in 100 or 60 biomass per minute with our Mark 1 conveyors. So 7.5 biomass burners. Sadly, you cannot build half a machine. To some extent, you can in the future through underclocking, but yeah, that is not something that we're capable of at the moment. But let's say we're not super far off being able to make the better conveyors. They actually don't take so much to finish this milestone, which is fine. So this is not too far into the future, actually. But for now, Let's focus on the base building. But what I want to highlight with that is I think we can just immediately build to support 60 solid biofuel per minute being made, and then have building 15 total biomass burners just immediately, and that should be fine. Um, so yeah, that that would be part of our goal to do also. So let's add 15 biomass burners to the to-do list. As you can see, this requires so much stuff. And actually we don't have automatic wire at the moment. So maybe that's also something that we want to look into. We will have enough power to support it, so that's good. Let's then consider a constructor. So we will need stuff for that. Um, let's take all of the iron plates and iron rods. As I mentioned yesterday, you are able to go a little faster if you sprint and you hold down C and jump. So start sliding and jump. You can kind of, if you're aware of Counter-Strike-like movement, you can kind of bunny hop and build up more and more speed through just chaining these together. It's a little complicated, but not super difficult to get going. So let's make a few screws, because we will need that for the reinforced plates. And then, yeah, we will make the constructor by our copper mine, I guess you can call it. And then we will have some automatic wiring. We will need additional reinforced plates in the future, so it's not bad creating a few extra. Everything you will need a lot of anyway, so it's not a big deal. Something that you'll notice is if you sprint and try to slide uphill, it's not gonna do that. You need to be on a flat surface or a surface going downhill. So, oh, we have so many copper ingots at this point. Let's build the constructor. I don't have the cable, of course. If I'm lucky, I can make a crafting bench. I can. Perfect. So let's just build the cable here. Yeah, that's the problem of not looking at, not adding to your to-do list always, is that you might not have everything that you will need. Okay, so let's hold control again and line it up here, like this. Then let's make a conveyor belt, like this. Good. And we should be able to make wire. Then organization, we have enough. Good. Yeah, it's a bit messy. It will be. It's fine for now. This will be fixed in the future and made a little nicer. Okay, well, that's good. Now we have the automatic wire. No, we don't have the automatic wire yet, because of course everything requires power. So let's do that. Let's also remove this power line. I kind of preferred being on this side, through this pole also. And then let's, hello? Oh, there we go. Okay. And now we have automatic wire. Okay. So this is nice and all. This will take a while to be built. So let's bring some copper ingots back with us. Oh. And we might also want to look at chopping down a few trees soon enough. There is a lot to do. Lots and lots of stuff to do. We already have all the iron plates that we would need, which is great, as we can see on the right side here. So, yeah, let's actually, we might not, because we have to finish this milestone, the base building milestone. And There we go.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Yes, indeed. So, this is a great milestone. It's also an opportunity for me to talk about something that can be a little annoying at times. Uh, Let me just check power. We should be fine. Um, yeah. I mean, we're also not working at 100% max consumption at all times. So, it's fine. Uh, these biomass burners on that are like tied to the hub, I don't like using them because they are off the grid. They cannot be automated the same way as these. Like these don't have an input slot, these do. So in that sense it's quite nice. As you can see, we could just, and we might just do that for now, I guess. We can just take from the solid biofuel and pump it directly into this machine. So that's why I kind of prefer using these and just kind of neglect these almost immediately as soon as these get back. Or as soon as we unlock these and use them. So, yeah. The pod is already back. I can hear it coming at least in 3 seconds. So, something that will be nice is to look at Mark II logistics kind of as soon as possible. But this requires reinforced iron plate. And as you saw earlier, they take a while to make. 50 reinforced iron plate will take quite a long time to make manually in hand, as well as so we would like to look at how to automate that as well. But since the reinforced iron plate takes two different crafting resources, screws and iron plates, we cannot just automate that through the constructor. I can go back into select recipe here. As you can see, it's not an option in here. And that's because the constructor is only taking one input, right? So how are you able to take in two inputs? Well, you do that through the tier 2 part assembly milestone. Then we get the assembler, and as you can read in the bottom right here, the assembler crafts two parts into another part. So, aka two inputs and one output. And that's exactly what we would need for the reinforced iron plates. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. Field research is also nice. As you can see, we have a few things that would be useful. But I think it's smartest to look at part assembly next for the next milestone, because that allows more automation earlier on. So let's see, you have a decent amount again, and you also do. So now the foundations, they are actually fairly expensive. As you can see, one foundation of the smallest size is 5 concrete and 2 iron plate per, and you're kind of expecting to build quite a few of them. I'm building some just to show off how it works a little bit. And thankfully this game is nice about refunding everything that you make, everything that you build with, so I'm not wasting resources by building, which is nice. So we will need quite a lot of foundations. What's also nice, very nice about them is that you can hold control over just anywhere in the world, and as you can see, it kind of snaps in this like almost grid pattern, which is one foundation long and wide. Um, this is what we want. This is what is called the world grid, and if we want to be optimal and super structured from the beginning, we want every machine and everything that we make pretty much to be on this world grid. As if we don't do that, um, there can be slight um, malalignments with everything going on. So if I was to build, let's say this, and then use a conveyor and build from, let's say, here onto, yes, onto here, it's not always gonna be aligned perfectly how we want it, and especially when we have machines and their outputs and so on, we kind of just want everything to be on this world grid. Um, so let's also consider a few other things. The the ground is not perfectly flat. Actually, before we do that, let's change build mode with R, as you can see in the bottom. We want soup because it allows us to select a starting point and just build from there, which is nice. You can right click to cancel that also. But what you might be able to notice is that the ground is not completely flat. So you can run into issues where your foundations can kind of go into the ground, which is not what we want. So we kind of want to, by default, build a little higher than the highest point in the ground, essentially, pretty much. And we can also have these rocks that can be in the way, annoyingly. Right, like we can start building these, but as you can see, these rocks are just annoyingly in the way. What's also nice is you can mass dismantle. You have to be careful about it, so if you hold left control, you can just hover over all of them and just delete them like this. So there are a lot of things to be aware of that can come and bite you in the back at a later point. So I believe, but I'm not 100% certain, that you would be able to blow up these rocks and destroy them. So they won't be completely in the way, which is fine. Like endlessly throughout the whole playthrough. So let's do this. Let's start building our foundation. And we have a good amount of flat land here. I kind of like making use of this. So being on the opposite side of these rocks, because on this side we don't have as much flat land. So I want to focus on this side. So let's do that. And I think a good point to start is from these rocks. And again, I'm holding control so that this is snapped to the world grid. Super important. And then, well, we just build. And as you can see, we will kind of just have floating platforms. For now, they will be floating. Maybe in the future, maybe, and it's a big maybe, they will have some kind of supports underneath. Of course, what we have are ramps as well, so we can ramp up to here quite easily. So it's not the biggest of deals that it's floating. We can just make these. So yeah, let's make a bunch of foundation. Why not? Let's grab more iron plates also. We just want a big flat area that we can work from. Oh, yes. So, and again, I have soup mode set. There are just a couple of modes. Vertical, default, which is just one at a time. Oh, this is also something that can happen. Misbuilding. Default is one at a time. It's fine for precise stuff. Soup is by far the my preferred way of building. You can see also that it highlights yellow sometimes. That means that it's intersecting with something else. Essentially what most players call clipping. In this case, it's intersecting with this machine that is highlighted in yellow. It's fine for now, because this part of the factory will be moved anyway to this platform. So we'll just build 10 at a time. As you can see, it's taking a lot of concrete and a lot of iron plates, but we have a good amount saved already. So it's completely fine at this point. Yeah, and we'll just keep going like this for a while. And while this looks uneven to the world that we are in, we are actually on the world grid. So the world grid itself is kind of uneven when you compare it to the rest of this area. It appears, right? So we are fine at this point. We kind of don't want to go all the way into this green area. So, because it will start hurting us, as you can see already here. This is something that we'll be able to deal with later on in our playthrough. Sadly, not right now. So, let's also build on this side. As you can see, we are already out of concrete. Which is not nice.